Well, the hope was that these Florida showers would have passed through by now, but it looks like we're in for a wet one tonight at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other. Yard line. Quick pass out to Miller. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be second and very short. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
56. Mike, 56 right there.
There's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has three options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football from triple option, you've actually called that play.
Shotgun now for Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Smallwood. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
It's third and goal. Wait, 20. Hey, 66. Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. All day, just like that.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Dexter Lawrence gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now.
A 39-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
No, 66. Check it, reload.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on 2nd down, Brady. And he holds it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard there to make the grab. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense humming here in the early going.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st down, Brady. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. Hey, check it. 50 seconds to Mike. Mike, 50 seconds. We own them. We own regular.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Brady, and this is incomplete.
Intended for number 48. Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and long.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Going deep this time for Miller. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On 1st and 10, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jones. Escaping the pressure right, and it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now 2nd and 10.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 6-yard line. A big run there by Jones. 48 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
Now Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I can get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
That's the reason we going for. Circle round twice with the encore. If you know, you know.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Barkley. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Throwing Jones. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off at the 45. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Here we go. 5-2. Rip left. Where's your output?
Brady will try again on 2nd down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On play action, now Brady. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick is absolutely perfect.
Makes the score.
And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Jones. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off near his own 48. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Jones, we haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. he's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And Jones has it over the middle. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 34.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line. Got to love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1 yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Motion, motion. 57 Mike.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. This is caught. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Oh, my, that's a heck of a tackle right there on 3rd down, because they had to swing it out to the back and hope that he could make a play. But let's face it, in order for him to be there and be in that position, in order to make that play, he had to read his keys and not be fooled. Excellent job in the open field.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Keep it up, defense, keep it up, guys.
Brady going to go on 4th down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Jacket, reload. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. 59 mark. Check, 59. Hey, keep it up. Check 59.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Mike 59. Here we go, team. Here I come.
Play action. Now it's Brady. And that is incomplete. Ricky Seals Jones, the intended target, and it's third down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a play fake. Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 45. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Now Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Jones pass intercepted. The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. In his own end zone, it's Brady. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Gano on for the extra point.
So now 2 pick 6s that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
But number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing the second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Kick is good.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control and see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Jones. It's caught, Shepard. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
First down, New York.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
A 44-yard attempt.
And Gano is going to miss this one left. Oh, it's no good for Gano. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Come on. 52's the mic. Watch Mike. Alpha. Coming to you. Mike 52. Mike 52.
On play action, it's Brady. They're targeting Godwin once more, this time complete. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 66 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
He went all the way into the end zone. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Jones. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's 3rd down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is
they're under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
52. 52's the mic. They can't hang with that. Mike 52. Mike 52. Watch the out. Watch the out.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10.
4-yard line.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
A gain of 12.
From the gun, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
At the ball on the 8, it's 2nd and 4. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 4 yards to go.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Operating from the gun, Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Levante David. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Marked down back at his own 4-yard line.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
He's checking under 10, under 10.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Play action. Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Brady now on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 40, 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Gano set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Second and 12 at the 23-yard line.
From the gun, it's Brady. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
For Scotty Miller.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Throwing is Brady on third down. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. On the return is Pettis. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones, he's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 52 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones letting one go deep for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
Antoine Winfield.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
To throw again, Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And out of bounds right around the 20. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Jones now on 3rd and 2. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off down at the 10. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. All I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and...
That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion.
The Giants will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal.
Giants 28.
So 15 ticks remaining as they line up for the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number empirical.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And 6 at the 39-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Brady. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack.
Here's Jones. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Hey, Ross, make sure that they got that shit right, you hear me? Hey, when that motherfucker go dead, that's 100 shit down. That shit should add up to about 5.4. I'll be right back, man. I'm finna go get dressed. Tell me yes, legit. I stay on my grind, could that come? We get out of line, still gonna get I'ma take it places you don't wanna go. bitch and disappear. We control the corners, that's usual politics. Push your button from the man, she hit you with a hollow tip. We